What's up with it, family? I know a lot of people here. They gonna say something about me smoking. Like, how is he say, point out my flaws, and that's okay. Um, I wanted to release to the world a gift, a story, my story, and its whole truth. My journey and the whole journey and where I'm headed. I was born January 3rd, 1990. January 3rd, 1990. My mama, she was 30 years old and my father was 27. He just came home from prison. They got married while he was in prison. And, they ended up separating or getting a divorce. Shortly after getting married and conceiving me. My father, he had another girlfriend that he was cheating on my mom with, who ended up becoming my stepmom. She was my babysitter. Um, at the age of 3, 7 days after my 3rd birthday, my mom, she was killed in front of me. She got stabbed 25 times all over her body, her face, neck, head, lungs, in her chest, her heart, lips, breast, legs, everywhere. And got hit in the face with a crock pot so many times. It happened right in front of me. And while the man was killing my mom, I wasn't able to perceive that she was in danger, and neither was I. And neither was I able to perceive that I was in danger, and I was hungry. So while the man was stabbing my mom, I walked past both of them, and I heard her try to scream. And as I turned, I seen the man's hand up in the air with the knife. And as he brought it down with so much force, the knife broke off in my mama's face. And I picked up a box of cereal and stood in the entryway to the kitchen, saying, "Mommy, I'm hungry. Mommy, I'm hungry." She wasn't responding. And the man was still busy, stabbing her over and over. With so much hatred in his thrust, in his sounds. And I walked up to him with the box of cereal, and I tapped him. "I'm hungry." And the man pushed me. And when he pushed me all the way from the dining room to our house's stairs landing to lead to the second floor. I then knew something was wrong. Started crying, and I started to crawl up the stairs. I looked at my mom one more time, and I seen the blood falling from her eye. She was already dead. Inside of myself, something told me to go inside my mom's bedroom and to crawl up underneath the bed and to wait. I did it. A few minutes later, I heard the man's footsteps. He came inside my mom's bedroom. He got down on his hands and knees and looked up under the bed and saw me. And he took a saw and he started swiping it at me, trying to stab me or cut me. And I started screaming real loud. And I started to scream. The man came from up under the water bed and started trying to move it. For some reason, he couldn't. The man then ran up out of the bedroom. I heard the door downstairs open and close. And I stayed up underneath that bed, crying for my mom. She never came to get me. After a few more minutes, I crawled from underneath the bed. And I looked over our banister. My mom was still laying there on the floor. So I went back down the stairs and I tapped her a few times. Mommy, get up. She ain't moved. And her eyes was open. So I started taking my fingers and poking her eyeballs, trying to get her to move. She ain't moved. So I laid down on top of her and waited for the moment that she did. That day right there affected me my entire life. I let the murder of my mother be the fuel for me to be angry and distant my entire life. I was alienated, and it happened immediately after. I had to go stay with my father and his new family, and because of the attention my father was giving me, my two step brothers, my little brother and my sister hated me. They all talked about me, laughed at me, called me stupid, said I'll never be nothing, don't nobody love me, talking about my mom. And I believed everything that they told me, that I was stupid, that I'll never amount to nothing, that didn't nobody love me. And how could God love me when he let my mom be murdered in front of me? My stepmom, she showed more favoritism to her kids, and she never, not once, had a had a mother son conversation with me. She never hugged me. She never comforted me. She never nurtured me. She let me know that if my father favored me, then she was going to favor hers. I had nobody, not even my father, because I was scared of him and his discipline. Sometimes he'll take things overboard, so it made me even more scared. Because from the beginning of life, I knew that life wasn't a game. When I was around 6 years old, my grandmother, she had called my father and asked if me or any of my siblings wanted to go to Michigan with her to visit the family. I said, yeah, so I could see my cousins and, you know, kick it with the two people I know love me, my cousin Meech and my cousin India. And my stepbrother Justin, he said, yeah. So we get to my grandma's house, we chill, we clean up the house for her, help her with her Avon, and we lay down in bed to go to sleep in her old bedroom. Out the blue, I was jarred awoke from my sleep from a weird sensation. It was almost like the feeling of I was about to piss on myself, but it also felt good. So I started panicking. I was about to scream, and my stepbrother, just out the blue, just come from up underneath my blanket, talking about be quiet. That we was gonna get in trouble by grandma if she heard. So I was molested by one of my stepbrothers. We get back home from Michigan, and I go to the bathroom one day, and I noticed a mirror up underneath the door watching me use the bathroom. And it happened every day for like another 2 years. Also, I kept getting molested by my stepbrother, which eventually led to me being molested by both of them. So my first sexual experiences was with my stepbrothers. And I was molested. I didn't understand what was happening was wrong. I didn't recognize it as sex. I was just scared that if I didn't continue letting them do it, that they was going to get me in trouble. Because I was looked at as like the black sheep, the bad child, and they was the good ones. Too smart to do any wrong. and I was scared of my father's discipline. So my grandmother started taking me to church around like 7 or 8 years old. And I fell in love with church instantly. The music, the message with the passion, the members all in worship, the smiles on people's faces, the miracles of sinners being saved, and the example of a life change. It was amazing, magical. And I heard my grandmother sing for the first time. And when I heard my grandmother sing, it was the first time I heard and felt God. God is good. God is great. And He is all the time. And He is beyond time. I'm going to end it right there for now.